In theory.
Hello and welcome to Java and Jugs. It is the 22nd of December, and this time of year, whether you celebrate the holidays or not, we are constantly being asked to round up our change, donate $1, or give a little extra to charity. And a lot of people genuinely want to, even when their budget is tight for them, because when winter hits, the cold becomes dangerous. But today we're going to discuss an incident where apparently generosity crossed a line, as well as other hot goss, as Ryan likes to call it, and events. Welcome to Java and Jugs.
Woohoo! Happy solstice, everyone. We're officially in winter here in the Northern Hemisphere and other seasons if you live elsewhere in the world. But who?
Merry Chrysler, whatever it is that you celebrate or don't.
Happy Honda Day.
Yes.
We'd love to see you.
Oh, and on that note, we should mention there's a mega stream for people who don't have anywhere to go or places to be on Christmas. Our friend of the community, Purple Rhymes with Orange, organizes a mega stream. If it's Christmas anywhere in the world, there is a show on, and Ryan's got a playlist of the different participants and whatnot. It starts on Purple's channel, and then we hand off show to show to show for the whole 48 hours where it's Christmas anywhere in the world. If you would like to participate, you can follow along on the playlists or however the hell else you feel like. A bunch of channels are participating. Daily Atheist Morning Show is participating at the normal time on Wednesday, the 24th. Of course, Hot Topic will be on right after. We're on both days. And Java and Jugs will be on the 25th at 9 a.m. So make sure you're subscribed to all the relevant channels. And Lil's got a slot. Kelly's got a slot. Ryan's got a slot. Do you have a slot?
I do not, because I've got so much family stuff. I don't think I'd be able to this year, but probably next year.
Hey, technically, two. Me and Kelly both have two. Me and Kelly are doing both of our streams. So
at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to be on others.
Yeah.
They're going to try and tune in.
And a bunch of other creators too. Maya, of course, who seldom gets to join us mornings anymore because of work stuff, but you know, she is still out there doing Bad Sign Sunday and whatnot. There's so many great people. Check out the playlist and join us when you can, if you feel like it, and maybe we'll all make some new friends. I meet new people every freaking year, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I followed a few people because I made the list. So as I went through, and there was like 4 new people that I hadn't heard of, so I just followed them. So here we go.
Oh, I love new follows. Let's do this.
Yeah. Yep, Dr. Dip's on there too. FYI.
Yep.
Trying to avoid our families. This is my first season of not going up north, as we say, to our in-laws' house. So we're doing our first Christmas here in this house. So that'll be fun.
Oh, wow. How do the in-laws feel about that? Are they coming to you?
The other child is going up, like with her family. Okay. So her and her wife are going up with their son, and they're going to do like their first Christmas up there in like a decade. So we're kind of switching off this year. So we'll see how that goes for them. Trapped in a small house on a swamp in the middle of Northern Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The swamp thing.
So I don't have to do that this year.
Oh boy. Is there ogres in that swamp?
No, but my father-in-law did convince some Mennonites that there was gators.
Gators.
Nice.
Sure. I mean, you can't prove there aren't.
I mean, BT dubs.
Unless you want to go in there.
No evidence. Maybe there's a cryptid. We should ask Bree.
We should.
See, don't assume. We should not assume. You never know. Good morning,
right.
everybody who's here. Rise and shine. Bah humbug. Good to see you, John. Deviant Outcasts, Chemical Squirrel. We got some friendly faces in the chat.
Yeah.
And as Ember said, there is a train, if you will, a marathon for 48 hours. Did you say? Right? For 48 hours. And the playlist is there. So that way, if whatever time of the day you want to pop on in, you'll be able to through the playlist. Super easy.
Yeah, people do like to sleep from time to time. So if you want to join at a certain point and you need to say like go eat something or maybe go to work. So some people do still have jobs over the holiday. You know, whatever the case may be, you can come back and find where the relay race is in real time. You can just click on where you are and rejoin if you want. And that's pretty neat.
I feel you, Dr. Kip. I feel you.
Yeah, hugs. I remember that time in my, not for me, but like my kids, like when they had to go through that, you know. Good morning. Good morning. You're practicing Festivin? Can't wait for the airing of Grievance and Feats of Strength. Yeah, I love my poll. That's all I'll say about that.
The feats. That's a different website, though.
Oh, yes. That certainly is. So anyway, what were you saying, Amber, before I so rudely interrupted?
Well, you know, it's the holiday spirit. And on the note of holiday spirits, that's today's main subject. So Jess, you brought us the story. Would you like to give an overview of what the hell happened?
So I think her name is Femme and Fury. Her real name is Jessica. It's on her Amazon list anyway, so I'm not like doxing her or anything like that. But basically, she goes to this shop all the time. It's in her specific county in Missouri. And number one, they always charge her more for things in the store than they are priced at. And the one lady is apparently very upset with her. This is like before the video we're about to show. In regards to the fact that she donates the mitts, hats, gloves, boots, that sort of thing to the homeless people in the next town over, or the next county over, sorry. And the clip is a really interesting, I think especially during this time of year where we are trying to focus on giving and homelessness and how freaking cold it is out there for them at the moment as well. But I guess let's watch the clip and then we can talk about it a little bit more. I don't know what else to preface it with, I guess because I don't want to give too many spoilers.
Yeah.
When we're dealing with Ebenezer Scrooge in a freaking trucker hat.
With sunglasses.
Bah humbug.
Sunglasses on top of the hat.
For real.
It's a look.
My goodness.
He's cool.
So this is a TikTok video. As Jess mentioned, her channel is Femme and Fury. And let's just let her do her thing, and we'll probably interrupt a lot. We have a tendency of doing that.
Quit causing trouble, please.
Here's me causing trouble, buying socks, hats, and gloves for the homeless.
I spend hundreds of dollars a month here. Never ask for a discount. Is there a store policy that says you can only purchase from your charity shop if you live in a certain area? It's getting gatekeeped.
So it's confusing the way the order of the things is appearing. Apparently, this fella who gets presented as the owner, even though this is supposedly a nonprofit organization, which means it doesn't have owners. It has directors, but never mind that. It's confusing because apparently the person who's filming had one of the managers had a problem with her. I don't know why exactly, but the manager person called this person. The thrift store itself is supposedly run by a ministerial alliance, although on some of their websites it's called a minstrel alliance, but never mind that.
I think as well,
it's worth noting.
thing on their website about it too. They've got like a disclaimer. I'm just going to look it up while we're watching here.
Sure. It's worth noting that just because an organization is affiliated with churches does not mean it is a charity or a nonprofit. For example, Goodwill often works in alliance with churches, but it itself is not actually a nonprofit organization. It's for the enrichment of its owner. It is a capital enterprise.
He makes a lot of money.
Salvation Army is a nonprofit, but it's not a charity in the way you normally think of a charity. It's literally a church. It's in the name, Salvation Army. Yes. They're a Protestant organization, but instead of having normal church roles like priest and bishop and whatnot, they have ranks like generals and colonels and whatnot. So that's they're creepy. A Salvation Army. Hence the name. Gosh. And not a lot of people seem to realize it because the red buckets have always been around, and it's just, but I digress. The point is, just because a thing looks like a charity doesn't mean it actually is. This organization is supposedly run by the Council of Area Churches, and it is registered as a 501c3 nonprofit, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's also a charity. You see.
So it's complicated. Oh, sorry, Amber.
I was just saying it's complicated.
I don't know why, but they've got a non-discrimination statement for 2022 on their website about like not discriminating for like race, age, all of the things except for helping the homeless, I guess. And they're trying to cover their legal patooties. Apparently, they're also an equal opportunity provider. But I have a feeling he's going to call women sassy if they... Sorry, spoilers.
Oh no. Oh, sassy. Oh, gosh.
I have never in all my life heard such language.
Where's my pearls?
I don't have pearls to clutch.
Yeah, I don't either.
Y'all are so lucky to have me here. I'll
there we go. There's our pearl clutcher.
Oh, Amber. Thank you.
Clutch them for me, Amber. Give them a good squeeze. Squeeze those pearls for me.
Squeezy. Oh, goodness. Okay. Never mind.
Because she wants to control who I help.
Okay, that's enough. Calm it down, please.
Calm it down.
Who was not calm here? I know we didn't see what happened before this clip. But I feel like she's the calm one here.
She seems very calm, if you ask me.
Yeah, this is what some people in her comments have pointed out. This is gaslighting. It's like taking a person who is calm and telling her to calm down so that you can like misrepresent it as like, well, I had to tell you to calm down several times. You know, it's such a bullshit thing. But he's on film doing it. Like, we can see you, bestie. We know what you're doing. Bloody hell.
Oh, he's a prominent member of the local religious community. I am shooketh. Would have never guessed it.
Shocking.
Never.
And it's also worth noting, there is absolutely no reason that a religious organization or an alliance of religious organizations couldn't donate stuff directly to the homeless themselves.
Yeah.
This sort of brings up the vibes of that woman who was calling around for baby formula a few weeks ago. Like, they could just do this themselves because that's one of the things they're supposed to be doing. But never mind that.
Getting louder and louder.
Well, then let's go somewhere else. Can we go outside? Are you coming with us? It's not going to resolve anything, so I'm not going to be able to buy stuff in your store?
I know. She's got a loud voice. She doesn't need to say.
So they're very quiet, so we should read what it says up here.
Yeah.
The text says, context. This started today because the manager was in the back room yelling about how it's not right that I buy stuff and distribute it outside their county. She could be heard throughout the whole store and that this happens regularly. This is the first time I've tried to talk to the owner about it. So I guess it's her that's saying that this man is the owner instead of like the chief executive or whatever the fuck. Maybe the words are interchangeable. I know working with nonprofits around my area, there's it's frustrating as hell because there's so many people who are elected directors or seats on a board or whatever, and they start referring to themselves as owners of a nonprofit. And I'm like, you don't own it, bestie. You don't make any money off of it. You've been elected to cast votes in policy decisions. That's what you but capitalism is so pernicious. People just think of things as being owned all the time, and they can't break that paradigm. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit in Hot Topic after this, how language shapes thought, and that sort of thing's going to come up, how in a system where everything is property to be owned, everyone thinks in terms of ownership. Seriously.
Calm your tits,
I
madam.
will not calm my tits. They shall never be calm.
Never.
Meanwhile, the tits are like this.
Put your tits at a lower volume, would you? Gosh, loud.
Well, that's what chest undergarments are for, is to keep those wild beasties under control.
Patriarchy, no. I'm in a sassy mood today, guys. I don't know what's going on.
I love it.
I like solstice sassiness. Damn it! I had freaking candy canes and things. It's all right. We have a Kelly now. Hello.
Yes.
A wild Kelly has appeared.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes. Kelly is late. Kelly did not go to bed.
She's in the dark too.
She looks cozy.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Why be so dark in here sometimes? But when I want to sleep, it's always light.
It's always too bright.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. We can see you enough.
It's all good. All right.
When you call on to the wonderful Alexa, the light comes on.
Let there be light.
Yes.
See, I keep telling y'all, divine powers. Sure, we use a light switch. We could wire it up to just use a clapper. Whatever it does. We can make there be light.
You
it's not just ourselves.
You just told your age.
Clap on.
The clapper is still a thing.
Oh, I did not. I don't want her to say
my children know about it. In fact, they keep joking about how I need one because never mind. It's not important.
Oh my
gosh. I've considered getting one, but I'm worried that Kip sparking would trigger it. So
I'm worried about my housemates being noisy. Oh, my goodness. I got so little sleep. To digress a bit. I was naughty. I stayed up late and watched all of Maya's show last night. And then when I tried to, I couldn't because my housemate he stayed up past 2 a.m. Playing a video game at like maximum volume. And the living room is directly above me. So like I could not turn my phone up loud enough to drown out the Legend of Jedi of Hogwarts or whatever the fuck he was playing.
Does he not have headphones?
No. None of them use headphones. It's infuriating. So I'm so tired, folks, but we're doing our best. Anyway, I digress. I just wanted to because I'm brain isn't operating in normal configuration. Not that it has in a while, but details. All right, let's resume our adventure.
I've got a number of people who do that.
Instead of you addressing the problem, you're addressing the person who brings up and says, hey, there is a problem.
Next time you come in, get a hold of me.
The text says his solution was for him to be a buffer between me and his manager as I shop. So he's basically just glommed onto her and he's going to sit on her while she shops. It's a great solution.
Permission to shop from a man. Ooh.
Yeah. You need his help, his protection, him as a buffer, because she's just so emotional and loud. Her tits are very loud.
It's been known to happen.
Tits on 10.
So distracting to the other customers.
Right?
Why do I have to ask for special permission to shop
I'm not
at a
counting.
And that's the name of the shop is the Good Samaritan. Now you do have to look a bit because this one's in Lamar, Missouri. There are a lot of them, as you might imagine. This is a popular name for thrift shops run by Christians, even though they don't actually do the thing the name on the sign says.
Yikes.
I'm afraid to admit this to a certain extent, but I once bullied a charity into actually doing their job in my town, and I'm kind of proud of that.
I would
because they
be.
were a Christian charity.
I'm proud of you too.
And someone wrote a sign that said liars on their pantry boxes that they leave around town. And they didn't like that somebody had graffitied it, so they closed it down and said it was not going to open until further notice. And I said, according to your tax exempt status, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. They posted a whole thing online about how they were so hurt about this and blah, blah, blah. And I pointed out that it wasn't about their feelings. It was about helping the poor and homeless. And then they deleted all their comments and put it back up.
Good.
I feel like it's really important for people to look at charities, especially Christian ones, when you're like a secular activist, and kind of go through and look at the laws and learn a little bit of that legalese and stuff like that, and find out what they are supposed to be doing, what they are supposed to be providing to retain that charity status. Because a lot of the time they're not. The Good Samaritan, I think they're allowed to ban people from their shop if they want to. It's not a good look ethically, but I don't think it takes away their charity status. And much as I would like for them to face repercussions for this, I don't think they will, outside of a whole lot of bad reviews. What do you guys think?
Right. There's something to be said for that. I mean, as you know, I work with a whole bunch of nonprofits. I run a couple of them. Sometimes you have to kick somebody out. Maybe there isn't even an ideological difference. There's just an incompatibility of personalities, and you cannot work together, and it causes a disruption. And so somebody's got to go, and that's unfortunate. But you need humans to run the things, and sometimes the humans aren't compatible, and that sucks. Like I consider leadership to be an ability to resolve conflicts like that, but no matter how good you are, you're never going to resolve all of them. There's going to be incompatibilities. And sometimes for the sake of the organization, for the mission, you have to separate someone out, and you try to do like the minimal amount of damage to the organization in the process. This may be one of those situations because, like you said, Jess, we don't see what happened before the recording started. What we see and what the owner should have been aware of is the optics of an old man claiming to be a Christian telling a woman who's trying to help the homeless to get the fuck out.
Yep.
And it's not great.
Just doesn't look good. Doesn't look like you're there to do what you say. And Paddington said that it's because they're there to improve her community. Where does it say that? I mean, of course, as you said, the charity can kick anybody out they want, whatever. But
they're selling shit. They are like how? Okay, I get like the possible, like if they were donating stuff, but they're not. They're selling shit to their community. They are after the damn money.
Where's that money going? Show me where your money's going.
They're making a lot, especially from this lady. So why the hell do they care where the product goes? They don't give a crap if someone comes in there and grabs it and takes it home and uses it themselves. No.
And they're charging them more.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
She made a follow-up post, and I was watching them this morning. She had like a couple of responses to things that I was trying to keep up with. And one of them was in regards to the fact that books are listed at 50 cents in this store. And she takes one up, and this manager woman says, "Oh, that's a nice book. It'll be $4." And she's like, but it says 50 cents. "Oh, but this is a really nice book. And if you don't buy it, I'm going to buy it." And I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't say all books are a certain price and then live on that.
It's like a bait and switch.
It is a bait and switch.
That's against the law. At least it used to be against the law.
I don't know about Missouri, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen such an egregious act of whatever the fuck that is. That's wild.
Oh, Tori's got
and
a
honestly,
good
I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't some kind of rules in regards to the charity about how people who work there are supposed to handle the merchandise. Are you allowed to set it aside?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to buy it first? Does it have to first be on the floor for so long? I mean, I would think that you'd want to have rules like that so the people in the shop weren't just getting all the good deals and good things to be greedy. But
that makes me think of a few television shows, usually sitcoms. So it's technically comedy, but comedy often points at shit that's true within the culture.
Yeah.
Where people have had to help out at volunteer organizations, food kitchens kind of thing. And the characters make a big deal over, ooh, I dibs on the mushrooms or dibs on the raspberries or whatever the case, like they're all like grabbing things for themselves. And that's the reason they're there, is to basically steal food from the homeless so they can get the good things that are donated. And I kind of wonder how much that happens in organizations like this. Like, it's apparently a good book occasionally makes it onto the shelves, but how much of the stuff that's making it to the floor is the mid or I wonder if anybody's ever checked that. Like, did Barbara Walters ever do an investigation where we donated 10 Armani suits to a local charity, only one of them made it to the floor? Where'd the other 9 go tonight on 2020,
Yeah. I know for a fact it's been said by multiple people who have worked for like Goodwill and other thrift store or other charity thrift stores online, and it also happens here in my local ones, is that the employees basically get dibs on what comes in first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
I can second that from having to work at different charities and hold on a second.
Uh-oh. We lost Kelly.
We broke Kelly again.
We did.
So
Oh, no.
I can say that organizations, what these types of organizations are supposed to be doing, that they present themselves as doing, is selling items at low prices to help needy families get the items they need, and then using that money to support other things. Like the Good Samaritan here, for example, they also run a USDA approved food depot. So which is it's like a soup kitchen, except the soup comes in a can. You have to take it somewhere and warm it up yourself. And if you happen to be homeless, cold soup, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because where's a homeless person going to heat up a can of soup?
Wow. Well,
Like, no one thinks of this shit. But that's what they do, is they run a food depot, and theoretically the money from the shop is supporting the food depot, so that they have like truck drivers and warehouse workers and so forth.
Yeah.
But
like I said, it's about the money. It's about the money that they get. So why the hell do they care where their products are going?
Control.
No. They don't care.
Yeah.
Totally control.
They don't like her for some reason. It probably has nothing to do with helping the local community. She probably don't get, that's just an excuse to hate on a woman who's doing more than she is.
She updated and basically said the same thing. Like, she's, I don't know where I was going with this. I'm so sorry. You go ahead, Ryan. I'm a little upset about the situation, and I think that's kind of throwing me a little bit. Like, because I go thrifting so much.
I love thrifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, thrifting. I mean, that's how I not survive, but that's how my family put clothes on our back, was thrifting all the time, or hand-me-downs if I was lucky. If I was lucky,
Same.
close it, honestly. But yeah, so it's just something I've always been comfortable. Yard sales, what have you. Like, I don't mind buying stuff secondhand. I just wash it thoroughly. Like, if it happens to be clothes, I wash it super good. And like, it's something brand new to me. So it gives it, a longer life. So better value. Less stuff that's going into our dumpsters and stuff. Because I mean, I tell you what, there's countries that are filled with our like fast fashion, just tons and tons and tons of our garbage. So I do everything I can to go to charity shops instead of buying.
Yeah.
There's a comment in chat that says the owner wants to solve the problems of her community. And one of the updates that Jessica had posted basically said there was no visible, obvious homeless people that she could donate in that very small county. And that's why she was taking it to a larger city over, that they weren't getting the stuff and they weren't getting it for, I guess, the prices that they needed to be able to do so, to give it out to the homeless people. And the fact that she's had to update and say, but there isn't any in my community. I have to take it to a community that is in need. And they don't care. They absolutely don't care. And part of it feels like they just want to keep homelessness out of sight, out of mind. They don't want to deal with it.
If it's not in my city, I don't care about it.
Yeah.
It happens a lot because, there a lot of these organizations, they're willing to concede the fact there are poor people, there are disadvantaged people, which is why they run a food kitchen. But they don't want to think about the fact there are homeless people, which is why they run a depot where you get cold soup in a can, because they don't want to consider the fact that some people can't heat it up at home because they don't have a home. It's this weird, like, we have a moral obligation to help, but we don't actually want to help. We just want a virtue signal.
They don't want a solution.
Helpers. Yeah.
A solution would mean they're no longer needed, and that can't be. So they'll put a Band-Aid on it.
And it's tricky because they're not adapting to the real problems. They're solving a problem that isn't the same as the problem that exists in reality. And so it's hard to condemn them because they're trying to do good, but also they're doing it in a way that is harmful to the real good that needs doing. And also, Geo Sam sends a super chat for $5. Thank you. And says the needy need help. Helping the needy is important. Or has this changed? Which is an excellent point.
Only certain needy.
What are we exactly like? Is it just our people and fuck the people in the next county over? Now there is something to be said for the other possibility here is people like our video creator or people who live in that next town over could set up a thrift shop in that town. And maybe they could work together with other thrift shops and other, like, building things instead of just utilizing the things that already exist and then networking those things that you've built to build something even greater. It's a great way to make progress, but you also have to understand
you have a kind heart, though, Ember. They don't think the way that you think.
Yeah,
you have that heart.
They don't want to build bridges.
Yeah,
they want control. They have this little piece of control where it looks like they're doing this grand thing, this amazing thing, when at the end of the day, there is profit to be had.
That's a big thing that a lot of people don't realize with nonprofits. It doesn't necessarily mean there's no profit. It means that there aren't any shareholders that are being paid dividends. But a lot of organizations, most of the ones you can name off the top of your head, have CEOs and directors who have larger paychecks in a year than most of us will make in our lifetimes.
Exactly.
Like the people do still get paid. People do still profit.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if that's the case for this Good Samaritan organization. Like I said, it seems to be that the majority of their funds go to running that food depot. and paying staff to do jobs there, jobs that require full-time work, and that's absolutely legit. Whatever's left over, I imagine, but don't know, might get divided amongst the churches that help support the organization. But we don't know. And because it's labeled as a religious nonprofit, they don't have to show us.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess let's continue and see what else happens.
I was going to say, one thing that also happens with charities like this is if you don't donate to them, or you just say, like, for instance, here, of course, like, Salvation Army is outside several stores here. I literally got shamed a couple weeks ago because I said, no, I don't donate to churches. I had 2 people say something to me. So you're like, why don't you donate to churches? And it's like, because I want my stuff to actually go to people who need it. Like, I want to know where my money's going, and I don't want it going to Christian crap. Like, I don't. I don't want it going to people.
And we know what the Salvation Army does with it. They do run shelters. I'll give them credit for that. But it's that kind of shelter that's transactional. Like, if you want the sandwich, you have to listen to the sermon first. You know, you have to earn it. They run rehab programs that are effectively
then if you working.
labor. Like,
I used to work for them. Yeah, so I didn't know you have to work. Yeah,
the rehab programs are slave labor. It's for like a 6-month or 9-month term or whatever the case may be. But you go work in the warehouse for the thrift stores. You'll stock the warehouse. Maybe you'll run the delivery van taking stock to and from the individual thrift stores. But you work there for free for months on the idea that if you stay busy, you'll be able to kick an addiction. And sometimes it works, but that seems like it's incidental to the point of getting free labor. If they find out that you're any flavor of LGBTQ, they kick you the fuck out. Like superhumanists. It's really bad business under the name of doing the most good, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that about the Salvation Army. You know, my local fire department was waving their virtue flag, saying they were having bell ringers at the local Walmart ringing for Salvation Army. And I ran across them, and I'm like, isn't this an issue? And they're like, well, why would it be? I'm like, separation of church and state. You're not the federal government, but you're still not supposed to be endorsing a specific religion as employees of the municipality. And they're like, but I'm like, it's a church, buddy. You should know what you're doing before you do it, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's right on the jar. It says salvation. I don't get why this has to be
displayed. Instructions are on the tin, as my husband likes to say.
And when you have an organization that is so reliant on taking in money that they install credit card readers on their kettles, we're talking levels of exploitation.
Oh man,
no credit card readers now.
They have since like the late 90s. They don't have them everywhere. Like if the kettle's going to be outside or it's a smaller traffic location, because those merchant accounts, they cost a pretty penny.
You can just tap your phone to them.
Yeah. They probably all have Stripe readers now.
This is my cash app. This is my cash app, y'all.
I know, you don't even need a kettle. Just put a QR code on the wall. Actually, we should do that. We should set up an actual nonprofit that's main priority is helping homeless people, like Femme and Fury has done to an extent, which we'll get to momentarily. And like, people can just cash app it, and then all that money goes directly to actually help. It's so crazy that we're not doing this kind of stuff. I understand no one has time. We live in a capitalist hellscape, and those of us who,
I have not always been in the place of niceness and nice anyway, but I've had to go into shelters. I've had to go to soup kitchens and things like that when our kids were younger and things like that. And you can tell how the ones that really care about the community who does not.
Agreed.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, and some of the smaller ones cared more about you than the larger ones did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
The
really
ones that are
sad.
really community led, like people in the community, they usually are, you know, they really do want to help the people who live next door to them.
Yeah. So I went to one, and the food, I mean, I'm like, how you feed people this slop? And my kids and I were looking like crazy. Like, we couldn't even eat. So luckily we had like food stamps, and I would go and buy like, we had to eat like junk food because I couldn't cook. But I would eat that food, but then you couldn't move food in there. So we had to eat it like on the way home, on the way to the shelter. It was crazy.
It's nuts. All right, Sinister, I want to answer that one. Some of our streams this is the Seize the Means of Production kind of stream, right? So we're on a bunch of channels, and some of them are in different formats. Some of these, including on my YouTube channel, Better Than Ember, we're in vertical mode for a couple of different reasons. One is to reach other people that we might not be reaching otherwise. Another is for algorithm reasons, because immediately following this show is another show on my channel called Hot Topic. We're doing Atheist Advent this month, and I could go into detail on that, but I want to try to stay focused on the question. When you do 2 live streams in a day, they need to be different format, or the algorithm will bury both of them. So that's why one of them is vertical and the other is horizontal. So the algorithm treats them as 2 separate videos instead of one trotting on the other kind of thing. It's a screwy thing with YouTube, but the fact we can do 2 different formats means we can do multiple shows a day if we're so inclined and have the time and so forth. And so that's why bonus shows on my channel tend to appear in vertical format, because that way we can do the horizontals every day and still do bonus shows. That's right. Seize the Means of Production. And this is a reminder for those of you joining us later. We will, some of us, possibly some of us who aren't here right now, we will be back with a special Christmas Toyota-thon, Honda Days, whatever you prefer, show on the 25th.
I will be there.
That'll be on, because that's the stream relay race that we mentioned earlier. It's handoff from channel to channel to channel. This one will be on the actual Java and Jugs channel. So make sure you're subscribed there. It's youtube.com/@Java and Jugs. And you should be subscribed anyway, so that you don't miss any of these shows, because the random streaming to various channels has to do with who is on at the given moment. But all of the shows go onto that channel. So if you don't want to miss any, subscribe there. Also, back catalog. It's handy. Anyway, enough capitalism from me. Does anybody else want to do a capitalism real quick?
I want to ask, someone in chat was mentioning that we have to help our neighbors and our communities first. And I wonder, why are we helping people based on imaginary lines? That's my question. Like, at which point is somebody your neighbor? And why do county lines matter so much? And I don't understand that.
Because isn't that not what the Good Samaritan was? It was somebody who was his enemy that he helped.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
Isn't it so weird that our secular folks are way more Christian than the Christians?
How dare you say that?
Well, I mean, it's wild. Like,
you're right, though.
Says, logical consequence. You guys will probably help your enemies. Yes, we've done that. Like, last year when we had the election, I had Canadian friends asking me, do you believe that everybody should have the right to vote even if they voted for Trump? Yes, because this is there's priorities in our system of humanism, and like everyone has to be guaranteed the right to vote, even if and especially if we don't agree. Not long ago, we had some members of the community start throwing death threats at other members in the community. While we condemn that action, we didn't throw death threats in return because you shouldn't be throwing death threats at people. You know, like you have to have standards, you have to have ethics. In fact, if you don't have a prioritized system of values, not just having the values in a fucking sack jumbled up, but prioritized, you know, human life, human rights, and then different levels of different expressions and freedoms and so forth, such that when there's a conflict between your right to swing your fist and my right to not have my nose hit, we can determine which one takes priority. Then what are you doing? You know? And that's one of the harms of religion, is because you get put into the situation of being told what to think, what to value, what to do, you don't internalize the structure of a prioritized ethical system. You're just doing what you're told. And when there's a conflict you haven't already been programmed with a response to, you don't know how to find one.
And all sins are the same in their system.
Exactly.
They're all equal. You know, you were making like, you know, you got to prioritize. Nope, it's just all sin. So it doesn't matter. You could R somebody or murk them. You know, as long as you apologize to God, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. It's really weird.
Yeah. We have both individually and collectively as a whole society helped our enemies. We've sent medical aid to countries where terrorists came from. We've sent arms to countries to defend against the Russians that they later turned around on us when our troops came in to attack their homelands too. And, you know, honestly, that's kind of on us because we invaded their homeland. But yeah, it happens sometimes because that's what happens when you have values. Sometimes you do something against your own best interest because you have a higher priority value, something above your own best interest. You'd think a Christian would understand that. Maybe I'm silly, though.
You're very silly.
So silly. Silly and sassy.
It's
talking too loud. All right, play the video. You're talking too loud.
Yes. Far be it from us to be loud.
Charity
I'm
store.
trying to get it calmed down.
It says he goes to talk to the manager. I go to get.
In case they try to say that I'm buying out their inventory.
This is what I'm buying.
Lady, if you're got trouble in here, please leave.
What is causing trouble?
Malvin.
And now she's not just he's not just following her around. He's saying, please leave. Like, get the fuck out.
Oh my goodness.
Back to me.
Oh, being sad.
She's being sassy. She's talking back to the man.
To a man. How dare she? How uncouth.
Oh, ruthless. Mind your manners. Know your place.
Amber, where's the pearls?
I mean,
where's the pearls?
Speak softly.
Yes.
That's how you win a man over, is you speak softly and hope he sees your side.
You tell him, you know, he's the greatest ever, and he saved so many lives with his wonderful works. But maybe we should. Oh, nope, too much, too far, too much. Nope.
So I was looking at it. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing because I was late. Sorry about that. Is it a limit of how many things you can get? Because sometimes there's been a situation of that where you get more than what you're supposed to get. Like limit 10, so everybody won't just hog up and get that one item exactly. I don't know. You know, you can only get 10 items. So a lot of times my mom would have like me and my brother, we'll go, so we can get like 30, you know, and just everybody about 10 of that item. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because he just seemed like he's just an a-hole.
He's just an a-hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lady,
Being sassy. I'm not allowed to be sassy. You go.
The text says, I'm going to call the cops and have you escorted out of here.
Call the cops for what? Being sassy?
Please quit causing trouble. Please.
Here's me causing trouble, buying socks, hats, and gloves for the homeless.
Now,
Oh,
what's going
dare.
to cause more trouble? Her doing what she's doing, according to him, or posting this on the freaking internet so everybody sees what kind of story this is?
Yeah.
I think
maybe he
that,
should have shut his mouth for once.
I think that white people do what they do best and call the cops for everything, because that's a big escalation right there. That
you said it, not me.
Yeah, like seriously, as you said, Lil, he could have just let her buy her stuff and been done with it. All that could have been spared. This was his decision to escalate and be dramatic. That was something he chose to do.
Yeah,
as a man, you would have thought he would have been able to de-escalate.
You know, the cynical part of me can't help but wonder if maybe this is intentional. This is to cause drama because they've observed that when a white lady calls a black 5-year-old the N-word, she becomes a millionaire overnight. We've seen this happen half a dozen times this past year. So maybe, again, cynical brain, they worked out a thing behind the scenes. Like she said, she's shopped here for years, several times. It's never been an issue before. So what is the real issue? But what if this controversy is to try to rile up the MAGAs and get them to donate to the shop and also get support, the liberals to support her? Because, she does actually put her money where her mouth is, as it were. She's got this, there's an Amazon wish list for stuff for homeless people. And, they've got Ziploc bags and underwears and just straight up cash contributions to the community and a whole bunch of stuff that's already been bought.
I love
hand
that.
warmers,
I
packages,
mean, it's basic necessities.
All sorts of things. Toe warmers, granola bars, painkillers, like she's
much
of their stuff.
Good work. She's trying so hard.
Oh, this is the lady's website?
No, it's the Amazon wish list. So people can buy stuff and it'll go to her so she can divvy it out to homeless folks.
Oh, wow. She's amazing, man.
Yeah, and it's just there's in so much stuff, and it's already it's purchased, it's paid for, it's so I don't know. Again, maybe I'm cynical, but maybe that's the point, is to take advantage of the political polarization to create an us versus them situation and get both sides funded by their supporting teams, which would actually be kind of iconic if that turned out to be the case. But sadly, again, cynical. Probably not. I wonder what the goal is. And that's the more reasonable goal than reality. This is where conspiracy theories come from, folks. And I want to point it out because I don't want to encourage it. I'm just being silly. But when people try to make sense of a situation that doesn't actually make sense, they come up with possible explanations. And then someone else will start passing those off as actual fact. That is how conspiracy theories happen. It's something to be aware of.
There's a
go ahead.
There's a sketch by that Mitchell and Webb look. It's a BBC show, older at this point, that a lot of people reference when talking about MAGA people. And it's two SS officers with their little skulls on their caps. And one turns to the other and says, "Are we the baddies?" Mm-hmm. And I am reminded of that so much right now, and what's going on in chat right now, where you have to kind of look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you in the right? And kind of assess your own mind and figure out why you believe the things that you believe. Is it based on your religion? Your religion says one thing. Are you cherry picking your Bible as to what you want it to say? I have such a hard time coming at this from the Christian perspective right now, having been an atheist for so long at this point, where she should build her own thrift shop. Why? Yeah. Why should she have to?
She's too busy buying stuff for other people to save up the money to open a damn shop.
Yeah.
Why are you so
spending more money there because they don't like what she's doing, so they're charging her more.
I feel like
she's not asking for handouts. Not for that. She's paying full price for things.
And more, didn't they're upcharging her?
Yeah, they're upcharging on certain things like books and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're being unfair to her. They're targeting her intentionally. And I'm unsure why you feel so contrary to that, Atheist. Approved Matthew. Why are you only taking this position because of our position? You really think this way? You really think that this
never
woman
happened.
I find that incredible.
A proper pro-capitalist person should be like first come, first serve. If she buys all the socks, tough luck for everybody else. If she gives the homework, that's where libertarianism comes in. If she wants to burn them, that's up to her. She can do that. If she gives them away, cool. It's recycling and they do some good. Like, there is zero reason for anybody anywhere close to the right wing to have any problem with what she's doing. This is privatization of social assistance. This is exactly what y'all are constantly asking for. And yet you condemn this woman who's doing it.
Have you ever noticed that these people are like the biggest hypocrites on the face of the planet?
No.
No clue. It's almost like they're the opposite of what they project.
Exactly. They put up a facade.
Yeah, it is.
There is that saying that from a conservative, from a person on the right, every accusation is a confession. Is the inverse true? Is every time they claim credit for something the same as disavowing that thing and or admitting the other side actually does that? I
think we all know the answer to that.
Okay, wow, what am I doing?
Get out.
What am I doing?
Banned?
Am I banned from these stores?
You're banned from this store. Pay for
doing
what? For being argumentative and causing a problem and trying to record stuff in here.
See, now that smells just like a litany of excuse. So he said you're banned for being argumentative, for causing a problem, and for trying to record stuff. If there were an actual problem with recording, that's a legitimate thing. Some businesses do, and they have the right to do that. But if that's the thing that is the problem, that she's TikToking inside their store, that should have been the first thing he said. The fact it's the third thing he said after being argumentative.
So sassy.
Like, what kind
How dare you, woman?
Go bullshit is this?
Go back and
I'm gonna try and be extra sassy now, just for the hell of it, just to piss men off. That's the plan now.
More than what you already are. Wow.
I know.
That's a lot. That's too much for me to handle.
Ay. Brent says, I really hope they called the cops and actually trespassed her. Hold, please.
That's not against the law. But can I ask one more question?
Please leave. I'm done arguing with you. Please leave.
Am I banned from the store permanently? Can I come back on Friday?
No.
So I'm banned permanently.
You're banned permanently for trying to get out.
Can you tell me why I'm banned from a store that I've been shopping in for 5 years?
I don't care how long you're arguing. I want you out.
So I'm arguing.
There will be no arguing in the fields of America. In
he wants to argue. I'll go argue with him. But
we do not ask questions.
He looks like he's about to stroke out. So just saying.
Yeah, I think we will make him stroke out.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't even argue. I probably would have just left. And then I know even if I go a little further, I would have found a store that would have accepted me, and I would have helped them spend the money so I could help the homeless. And then I would have made sure that everybody and my friends and family would have wrote nice reviews on him.
Oh, they've been flooded. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I bet. He's underwater with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what
happened. Put a block on his.
I wouldn't argue him as much as him.
They were getting flooded with people quoting the Bible at them.
Yep.
It's almost like he was projecting when he was saying that she was causing trouble because he just caused himself all the damn trouble.
Exactly.
Mm.
Instead of talking to his employee and telling her to chill the F out,
Yeah.
he went and just started stuff with somebody who just wants to buy.
Well, that's the authoritarian mindset. There's the never
Yep.
mind what my people may be doing wrong, how they're not behaving in a customer-facing, customer service kind of way. You're here in our thrift store. Effectively, you are a beggar. You're not giving us money to help our mission. We're letting you have valuable merchandise at a deep discount because you're so poor and worthless. And so you should be thankful. You should be licking our boots and asking for more. And don't you dare question. This is the problem with organizing charity operations around authoritarian organizations, because they're not there to help. They're not there to care. They're there to tell you how you ought to be living. The fact you're shopping here means you need our guidance more than our handouts.
Yeah. Your point proven.
I wonder what his position is in this story. Like, is he just a worker or something like that?
Who the fuck knows?
I mean,
There's
he's
no way that
presented as the owner. So I guess that would
Okay.
be, if they are
owner,
actually
okay.
nonprofit, he would be like the chief director or CEO. Nonprofits vary quite a bit from state to state, how they're organized. And they can be organized in different ways. Like here in New York, you could have a board of directors and a chairperson of the board run the organization as chief executive, or you could have a CEO if you're a fully incorporated nonprofit. There's a bunch of different ways to do it.
Because I'm looking at no way I would see that.
Your chief operations officer, you could call them bishop if you wanted to, like have the job title of bishop of the organization, whatever you want to do. You could organize it however you like, but different states have rules. But none of them allow you to call the person who is currently running a nonprofit the owner. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Save us from your followers.
That if I'll be of an organization, he's like over that one store that I would allow him. That cannot be allowed. No, there's no way. Nope, can't have an image on my stores. That's crazy.
Ay, ay, ay.
And that's why I'm getting banned.
You are causing a scene. Get your butt out of here.
One time that I record how I'm treated in here and how I've been treated for years, the one time I record, I get permanently banned.
I'm just waiting in line to pay for my stuff.
So is it actually because of the recording? Because aside from his litany of, well, you're talking back, you're being sassy, you're being female in public, you've used words, and also you're recording, it never gets mentioned, you know? So is that really the problem?
If her husband, or if there was a man with her, I bet you that he would never have spoken to her like that. He probably would have just spoken to him, and he probably would have been talked down.
That's what I'm about to say. He sounds like he's very misogynistic.
Then we would have gotten another one of those lovely "keep your woman in line" speeches that
in check.
We won't. Yeah, we won't know.
Oh shit! Who was it? Who told our friend KC that?
Durante.
Great White Hope.
Oh yeah.
The Great White
women
Hope.
in check, guys.
The Great White Hope. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh
well,
my
we
goodness.
love I love my Great White Hope. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm. She's good people. She's among the best people.
She's the
I dare
best
say.
people. I said, you are the mother of our group. She was like, why do I get that name? Because you are protecting us like a mother would. I'm still safely protecting you around.
There's a whole thing. But yeah, you know, just because Casey happens to be of European descent doesn't mean that, you know, that's such a fucking weird thing to be. We've got so counterculture and counterculture and counterculture that, like, oh, it just, can we just let people exist and be people? Is that a thing we're allowed? No, we still have a right wing. Never mind. Everyone who's different must be thrown into the guest chambers. Fucking hell. Speak up, men.
So I just got a citation. The police showed up at my house.
So they came to her house.
What?
I almost said, how did they get
Are
her
you
address? But like her Amazon is out there and it's easy to find. And apparently it's a very
Well,
small town.
usually if you do like donation, you
So I
buy
just
something
got
from
a
something, you have to give your information so they have your address on file. A lot of the time you buy stuff from these charitable organizations. So you can put it off as like a tax write-off. So
Right.
you have to write there.
Hmm.
So that's they had her address on file.
Wow.
Like it was a lot of nerve though.
And the fact that a cop actually did this.
No telling what he actually told them though to get them to come out there.
How freaking pathetic.
Oh no, they said the exact thing, and the cops apparently were like, "We think this is silly, but here's your trespass."
Yeah, I would have been like, no, you're gonna have to send somebody else. I'm not gonna go do this job. You can fire me.
Apparently she misspoke, and it's not like a citation; it's just a trespass order saying she's not allowed on the premises anymore. But if it had been a citation, like she said, the fact that they let her pay first means that she was not causing a scene enough for them to not just want her money one last time before she was permanently banned.
Yeah.
If you're not a threat, what do you want to do about that? Like, the whole situation is mind-boggling to me, and the fact that people are arguing on behalf of her or on behalf of him. And what is a neighbor? Where are lines for neighbors? Is my neighbor just the person that lives next door to me? Is my neighbor my street, my block? Is my neighbor my country? What does neighbor mean in any context? That, because like it just seems like you're training your mind to think differently based on your religion and the people that you want to support in the given situation. And I have a problem
said
with
earlier, that's not what the Good Samaritan meant. Why am I echoing now?
Exactly.
That's not what the Good Samaritan, the three men the men got beat up, and it was the three people supposed to have been helped him, didn't help him, but it was the man supposed to have been from the enemy country that helped him. So there you have it. Yeah. I think anybody's supposed to be your neighbor, technically.
Yeah.
That's how I thought it was. If you need some help, you need help. It doesn't matter.
I mean, all of Pennsylvania could be considered my neighbor, I don't know. So you'd have to really.
I mean, just across some river, she my neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like where my town is, the next closest town is a good 20 minutes away. Are they considered my neighbor because they're the next town over or not? We're in the same county.
Yeah.
Right. It's the only neighbor you got. So kind of not fair to say neighbor isn't your neighbor because they're too far away.
Or is it just my neighborhood and just my subdivision?
But if I'm driving through Pennsylvania and I want to stop at that charity shop, I'm not allowed to stop in that charity shop because I'm not a neighbor, and what I'm buying isn't going to go to a neighbor.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd.
Just go buy out all their stock and start handing it out in their county. Go door to door, start knocking on things and say, here's some hats and mitts and gloves. Clearly you need it because you live in this county, period, end of conversation. And they're going to look at you like, why don't you give it to some people that need it?
Yes, you are my neighbor from across the pond.
Yes, Spooky.
Yeah, Spooky says we should always say what we're responding to before we respond to it so people who are listening can follow along. Spooky says, am I your neighbor from across the pond? That raises an interesting point because here we are discussing how many towns over does a person count as a neighbor when 1 year ago we were referring to people in Ukraine as our neighbors, right? And this is the point of the MAGA movement. This is the whole nationalist movement, is to like make everything so local, to narrow down your world so much, to overwhelm you with so much stress that you can't see beyond the bounds of your own home, that it effectively terminates globalized civilization. It removes globalism from being on the table because you can't even think at the level of your entire nation. You're fighting for your own fucking survival.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I think they want to, they stretch that bubble. They stretch that force field to whoever fits into whatever, the category that they need, the boxes that they want to tick. Otherwise, you're just going to be a them. And we don't fit in that bubble. So we're not a neighbor.
Oh, well, not my neighbors.
Won't
we
you be
need more
my
Mr. Rogers.
Jinx.
Yeah, that's not what. That's not what.
Neighbor.
That's not what
However that
Mr.
goes.
Rogers said.
Can I pull this down? We're not using it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just paused it on that last frame because I wanted to like look up what the hell that kind of form was. That's a police notice of trespass in the state of Missouri. The reason those exist is because they have two categories of trespass. Second degree trespass is when you go somewhere you're not supposed to go, and that can be punishable by a fine, but not always. But if you're warned, like with posted signs or purple painted fence posts or a secure building, or someone tells you get off this property and don't come back, however you're warned, if you cross into that property again, now it becomes first degree trespass, which is usually a misdemeanor, but under certain circumstances could be a Class E felony. And that's a horse of a different color. So the reason the police are running around handing out these notices is so that the police have a record that you were notified, even though there's a video showing the owner already notified her, meaning that a case could be made for first degree trespass if she shows up there again anyway. Now the police have their own record, and that's why they do that.
There you go.
So they can charge her with the higher level crime.
When you first said it,
nothing better to do.
You said class E, something like that, and I thought you were saying classy like at first. I was like,
classy felony.
That's right.
I want to do that classy.
That's the only kind of felony I'll do. Is the classy one.
That's where you get the pearls.
Oh, wait, that's where we get our pearls, so we can therefore clutch in later. Now I'm getting it. Are you guys ready for a break? A little pause.
Piracy is a classy felony. It's true. Yeah, let's shall we play? You want to play with dogs? Of course you want to play with dogs.
Of course. Okay. All right, you guys ready for dogs? We will BRB.
Sometimes I chill or hang out at the bar, but I never stay long or go very far. You could say I am lame or that I am fickle, but I'd rather be at home playing with my pickle. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. Don't take offense if I don't answer the phone. Instead I'm loving on my girl and giving her a bone. People call me a dud, like a busted missile, but I'd rather be in my bed, petting my pickle. That's my doggy, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. It's not that I don't like you or wanna hang out, but if I had to choose, never was there a doubt. If you need to feel good, in fact it might tickle, you should come to my house and wrestle with my pickle. That's my big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real.
Yay, puppy time.
Yay, puppy. That's a perfect break. I had to run, so I'm out of breath, but it worked.
You gotta love our dogs.
Yes, I do love our puppies. So if you want to add you and your puppy to the video, just let me know. Send me a message on Discord. I'll add you in there.
We do a cat one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had requests. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take some videos.
Yeah, just send me some videos, you guys. I said I would
Yeah.
do a cat one. I want a cat myself. So send me the kitties and I'll make a song and I'll make a video.
I miss my cat.
I wish I had a cat.
I bought mine a cute little sweater, and I have become one of those old ladies. So just that's where we're at now, is cats in cute sweaters for Christmas.
I'm okay with that.
The cat lady era. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm
That
kind
becomes
of
my
working
tradition
also
in
on
life.
the Agnes Moorehead thing. So I'm doing the dramatic makeup. I'm gonna start wearing flowy outfits and just be fabulous as I age. That's the plan.
Yes.
Rita
Yeah,
sent
better
the
like
thing
mine.
of. I'm excited to see the picture that Bree sent. It was of Henry swimming.
Of who swimming?
Henry swimming. Yeah.
Ooh, a lizard one. Yes. All pets. All of them. I even want to see tarantulas. Maybe not everyone wants to see tarantulas, but if you have a tarantula,
Lizards
I
are
want
just
to see it.
scaly
I
dogs.
actually don't
That's
mind
all they just-
tarantulas.
I don't mind looking at them, but touching them is kind of weird.
No,
Like I look at
please.
spiders all day, but to touch them, no, I be scared. I can look at them and stare at them for a long time, but no, I can't.
Yeah, that I don't do I don't do spiders, especially big ones. No.
I want
not
to
a
make
fan,
jumping
but
spiders have become very popular, and they've got little jumping spider enclosures, and I want
That
to make
probably would.
miniature scenes inside so that the jumping spiders can read magical textbooks for some reason.
Is that because of Lucas? The little meme jumping spider who's so damn cute on so many
No, someone sent me a message a couple years ago on my Etsy store, because I make miniature things and I sell like little book print offs for people. And I got a request saying, can I sell stuff with your stuff for people that want to buy jumping spider stuff? And I had never heard of that before. And I went and she sent me some pictures of her stuff. And I was like, holy crap, that's really cool. So now I've got a desire to make jumping spider enclosures, because they need books too for some reason.
how to with the big eyes.
Yes.
You got such big eyes and the little feeties.
Have you seen the pictures with the little paws of spiders? Like they're like cat paws. They're actually cute. The little
No.
paws on tarantulas. They're almost like
No,
shape at the tip. I like that.
No.
I've never looked at them that close.
I wouldn't mind having some kind of a aquatic, different kind of aquatic pet. Maybe a little turtle or something, but I think it's a lot of upkeep.
Axolotls.
so fucking cute.
So cute.
And this is there's
Oh my
music,
God.
so we can't play the damn thing, but it's a popular meme thing.
Is he high-fiving?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
You're touching.
There's a bunch of these. They're super popular.
Yeah, I need to make an enclosure for sure.
Like look
I
at
follow
the fucking cute.
There's a few accounts I follow
colorful.
that have jumping spiders.
Is that one with the blue reel? Eee.
I caught one on my windshield once. He was like black and green. It's so wild how there's so many different flavors of them. I mean, that'll happen. One in the blue. You mean this critter?
Yeah. Is that like
wowsies.
edited or anything? That's kind of beautiful, actually. Like
It looks like that might be a legit species. I mean, in today it's hard to tell what's made up by
that one
AI.
is pretty.
yeah.
So that one's pretty. Kind of weird eyes, but it's pretty though. Like rainbowish or something.
Can't be deadly.
Spiders. Apparently, that's a
Yeah.
peacock jumping spider.
That's
Like it's they're just different
Look how
morphs.
venomous that is.
yeah. A beautiful hunter. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That thing's telling you to
Of
stay
course,
back.
they live in Australia. Of course, they do.
What's that, Mark?
About 5 millimeters in length. They're the tiniest little beasties.
They are. That's going to be minuscule.
Yikes.
But that's how you get the jumping, though, right? What is it? The square cube law plays into that, because the more space you take up, the square of your surface area means the cube of your total volume. So you increase mass rapidly with size. So you could use a little bit of muscle to launch a small volume of mass a very great distance. If you double in size, you need 4 times as much power to launch yourself the same way. So it's an efficiency thing.
Teensy.
That is amazing and went so far over my head, but I love you for it.
Smaller, better for the
Right.
spider.
Right.
I cannot jump. Not at all. I'm a terrible jumper.
Same.
I can kind of run.
I have too much going on the front of my body for jumping.
I have too much going on over the entirety of my body for much jumping.
No, like I'd put an eye out. Like it wouldn't be fun.
Ouch. Black eye.
Wear the eye patches first. Oh my goodness. But again, y'all are gods and you don't realize it. You can jump higher than freaking mountains if you just know how. Because mountains don't jump.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hadn't thought about that.
Stand next to a mountain, Guinness Book of World Records versus mountain jumping.
Hey, it had to be done. Somebody had to prove it. Prove the point. Also, I can jump higher than Yahweh. I think there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, but being real, this goes back to one of Augustine's arguments. Is this, or no, it was Aquinas who was like, well, if we imagine the largest possible ice cream, no, wait, I mean the maximally greatest possible being, what would make it greater is if it actually existed. So therefore, the fact that God happens to be like we would imagine a God if we were to imagine one up is just proof that it's real, because that makes it even great. It's such a stupid fucking argument, but that's what it goes to, is like, if it takes a mortal to imagine you into being as a god, then the mortal is greater than the god. It is the creator of the god.
Makes sense to me. 1 + 1 still is 2. Dr. Gibbs says that his grandson is 6 months old and all he wants to do is jump. Can't sit up on his own yet, but jumping, get the F out of the way.
Oh my goodness.
Coming right at you.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch out on the furniture. Last Christmas, my grandson's almost 4. Last Christmas, we got him one of those little mini trampolines. He literally wore a hole in it because he jumped on it so much in 1 year.
Wow. Well, got good use out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. My youngest son jumped and flipped so much when he was inside me that he caused a knot in his umbilical cord.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Yeah, we didn't even know it until after he was born. There was a knot in there. So luckily, my water broke abruptly like it did.
Goodness gracious. You got really lucky. It didn't cause any problems.
Yeah.
Wowsies.
I was like, what the hell? I mean, just kept jumping.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
And the doctor was like, when you look at this boy moved so much that he has a knot in the umbilical cord.
That is the amazing thing. What Gip just said is the amazing thing about being a grandparent. You can play with them and get them all riled up and then hand them back to their parents.
Yes, isn't it beautiful?
Sure.
And if the parent disciplines them, don't you talk to my grandbaby like that?
Feed them candy.
Oh, I do all the grandmother stuff. He absolutely adores me.
That's what you're supposed
buy
to do.
Drum sets. You buy drum sets and stuff.
Yep. All the stuff.
I'm still waiting for my kids to get around to giving me some grandkids so I can you know, be a bad influence.
All the
Yes, you can
chocolates.
spoil them.
Who's your favorite child, Ma? I'll be like my grandkids' names. No, Ma, the kids you gave birth to. I'm like, I don't like y'all, so I don't even think of y'all. So now
Oh,
I say
goodness.
sugar all the time. I'll be like, y'all ugly. I only like sugar. And they be
I
like,
yeah, I constantly get asked by just about everyone I know which of my dogs is my favorite because I have 3 of them. I don't have a favorite. Like I can't. They're all so different. I like Kip gets featured the most, but that's just because she's the loudest.
Mm-hmm. Same with my kids. They're all independent. They have similarities, but so many differences, and I love them for all of it.
Yeah, why are
so
people
y'all
like
gonna,
that? Like, I think most people understand. Well, okay, most people say they understand that you're not supposed to. You love your kids differently, but not more than another, right? But I think a lot of people think that you do actually love one of your children more. You're just not supposed to let any of them know that.
because
It's
sadly
so
sometimes
I
that's
mean,
true
freaking
though.
stupid. But I think
I
people
mean,
understand that in the ideal, you don't love one of your
Mhm.
children more than the others. Why would you love one of your pets more than the others? Why would you love one of your partners more than the others? It just, I mean, sometimes there's natural ebb and flow to that sort of thing, but like, why would you assume that is the state of affairs? There must be one primary that you love above all things. This kind of goes into the language shaping thought thing. Is we have this patriarchal system where there's one primary head.
It goes back to
And
the Bible.
yeah,
Well, because
everything seems to be shaped by that paradigm. And it's
but
wild
some
because none of it applies to anything in reality.
because sadly some people live in where with the narcissist parent where they have the golden child and the abandoned child and then the scapegoat child. So that happens a lot
Mm-hmm.
of time in
yeah.
families where it
I
might
mean,
not be in the family you was raised, but you
I mean,
know,
there's one of my sons that I'm closer to, but that's just mainly because we're more alike. But I'd do anything for either one of them. So it's just kind of
Yeah, I think
it
it's
depends.
just the wording too. It's
Mhm.
just different. Relationships are different. I might have like a couple best friends, and each of them I lean on or they lean on me for different reasons. It doesn't mean that I don't love them the same. It's just different. I mean,
I think
we're
that's
capable of complex emotions, and I really hate when they try to water us down to like some black and white bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Again, everything is like simplistic to the point of absurdity. And it doesn't
Yeah.
make any damn sense, but the point is to control you and keep you from asking questions, not for it to make sense. Like
There it
we
is.
see, you mentioned relationships, and that makes me think of another, like so much of our culture is based on either prioritizing the other person, what can I offer to them, how am I valuable to them, or being selfish and saying what good are they to me. Like, if they don't have enough followers, why would I have them on my channel? Because I'm not going to get any additional clout for it. Or if they can't put me in contact with other people who can expand my network or get me ad sponsorships or whatever the goal is, if they're not useful to that, then what good are they to me? So it goes either direction. Those are both valid interpretations under capitalism, under the prevailing cultural narrative, but those aren't actually healthy ways to think, either of them. We should properly be thinking in terms of the relationship itself. What can we do together that we could not do on our own? It's
Yeah.
not what do I get? It's not am I valuable to you? It's what can we do? What is this for?
Building
Or am I
something
fucking
together.
crazy? I'm probably crazy.
No, I mean it might sound idyllic, but I think that it's true. Together you should be able to accomplish more if one person is subservient or doing more for the other. And I understand there are relationships where that will be the case for reasons, but just, all things being fair, if somebody's having to acquiesce to somebody else for patriarchal reasons, the relationship is not going to go far. If anything, you're probably going to build his business. I've seen that so many times, like trad wives, like helping build their husband's business, doing everything from home, making him, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and delivering it to him in his laundry. And he goes out and enjoys his time while they stay home with the kids, and, doing this for plus years. And then suddenly he doesn't see a need for you anymore because he's found somebody younger. That's what you built together. And what do you have now? Do you have any of that in your name? Is any, like, I understand that you'll go to court and you can fight that, but it just makes it that much more difficult when he's taken all the control and all the access. It just really, annoys me, and it truly bothers me that people think that that's going to be a healthy, or I don't know, any kind of relationship that's going to get you somewhere in your life better, that's going to help change you as an individual for the better, which is what you would hope in a relationship. Like, you come together and everything just improves. But
I guess it depends on the goals, like what.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And that's not the goal for a majority of people, because they have different, their reasons are religious, and
it's a failure to understand how the parent-child relationship works, right? Like, it is a collaborative effort. It's the parent who has more lived experience working with the incipient personality who's still developing to build a healthy person capable of interacting with society. So it is a cooperative effort, but to the parent, it looks like a do as you're told. And people who don't get that, who don't learn anything, they're only ever do as you're told, they grow up expecting to continue to keep being told to do as they're told. And so they fall into patriarchal controlling systems. It just seems to be the natural extension. And we see that in the culture, where we have an invisible friend who dictates everything to everyone, who they refer to as Heavenly Father. It's a parent-child relationship blown up large and replacing the idea in culture that we should be working together. The whole point of a civilization is for all of us to come together and achieve goals. The reason we're here is because by working together, we can provide more food, we can provide more safety, we can provide medicine and learning and all sorts of benefits that increase our offspring's chances of survival. That's the point, is to work together to build a better future for our offspring. That's what the point has always been. But then these last couple hundred years, 1,000 years, if you prefer,
I think
you've got these people using this misunderstanding of a parent-child relationship and trying to build it into a kind of mythology or superstition so that they can say, I speak to the Heavenly Father, so I speak as the Father, and you as the child must obey. And it's built right into the language of the church. And that's all that is parasites.
It's a gateway
off of everyone else.
Yeah. They've built the patriarchs have built that gateway, and only certain people have access to the divine, are worthy in their view, worldview. Pathetic.
Yeah, it's control. It's what can I get out of this? Which, to be clear, there's always going to be selfish people. I get that, but like at a certain point, when you've got society intended to do something, to grow something, to build a better future for all of our offsprings or whatever, and then you've got these organizations that are, they're leeches. They do nothing but siphon off that productive capability, that divine energy, if you will, and dump it directly into the pockets of Joel Osteen's and Kenneth Copeland's and all the rest. Like that's a disease at the societal level. That's a virus at best, a cancer at worst. And it's
problem
horrible.
is they wouldn't even be able to survive without us. And I think that's what's even more frustrating.
Yeah.
Is we do a majority of the labor. We are a larger portion of these religions, right? We comprise a majority of these religions. And a lot of the labor, a lot of that goes towards the upkeep of that gate, the patriarchy. It just kind of we're helping them. Makes me so
well. I mean, you know, it's values, right? Like, it's what is the specific goal in the moment when we have to make a decision as to what we specifically do as individuals with a certain thing. Sometimes we have to support a patriarchy type thing because the higher order goal is superior. Like as Paddington mentioned, you know, there are times when it's appropriate to team up with Christians. When we're dealing with, you know, fascists, we all need to push the fascists out, or whether we believe in a magical heavenly father or not is completely irrelevant. You know, it's a higher order issue. My goodness. But it's often been said that sociology can be thought of, contextualized, if you will, as like psychology, but applied to all of civilization or a given society within civilization, as if it were a single individual. Using this model of semi-personifying culture, what we have an infection, we have parasites, we need an immune system to fight it off. And I wonder if the rise of militant atheism around the same time the televangelists were starting to get really out of hand, Jerry Falwell was building his political enterprise out of a religious enterprise. He was changing the evangelical doctrine from being government needs to stay out of what's God's stuff to government needs to regulate according to what God says.
He changed the landscape.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. It happened at the same time. Like there have been atheist movements for a long time, obviously. Not saying that, but like atheism started to become like a cultural force in direct response to that parasitism that is patriarchal religion, forcing patriarchy on the rest of the culture, metastasizing into its latest form that will kill our civilization if left unchecked. Like we've gone in since the 1970s to now, 50 years-ish. We have gone from the most prosperous civilization in history to the United States, at least, being on the verge of third world status. We have like the 8 richest humans ever, and everyone else is poorer than they've ever been. You know, it's crazy.
Incredulous.
This country is on the verge of collapse, and it's because of that metastasis, that moving of that patriarchal infection through religion into the realm of politics.
Because we're not choosing people based on their merit. We're just choosing them based on, do they follow the values that we do? There's no meritocracy here. It's like, are you going to comply? Are you going to assimilate?
20 minutes. Do you want to touch on the thing that you were talking about this morning? The what is it? America Fest conference?
Oh yeah, so there was this America Fest, and I guess that Turning Point does this annually. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they get all kinds of politicians and pundits and influencers, social media, music, whatever. They're getting all kinds of, let's say, aristocratic kind of people too, as well, rich folk, and they just coddle each other. Oh my God. Okay. So let me just share. We don't have to necessarily watch it, but I just want you to be able to see them stationed together on the platform. So
they've been doing it for years.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't been paying attention to them that long until recently that this has been going on. Okay.
Consider yourself lucky.
There we go. So Nicki Minaj goes to this America Fest, and Erica Kirk interviews her. And within the first minute, we could even just watch the first minute if you wanted, but the first minute, Erica Kirk asks Nicki Minaj a question, and they go right into like dunking on trans kids. Just straight off the bat, this alleged Christian event.
It's not even dunking, it's just saying things, you know?
Right. No, yeah. I just mean they take an opportunity to F with kids. It
was of course we see she don't care about kids the way she has a child with a known pedophile.
Yeah, her brother wasn't her brother?
Her brother too, yeah. But
Mhm.
her baby daddy or husband, whatever the hell he is to her,
Oh, that's
he's
right.
a pedophile too.
Yeah, she seems to protect pedos,
So,
I guess. She sympathizes with them for whatever reason. But the entire interview was just, them like fondling each other and like, oh my God, I love you. And I know your heart and you're so good. And I understand you. And what we're doing is magical and it's amazing. Like, oh, like please, it made me sick to my stomach. But
magical for their bank accounts, maybe.
For their bank accounts.
like,
it was just frustrating the way that they would say how people are treating the GOP and they don't understand that they have families and they have hearts and they have homes and like what we're doing to them, and then go right back to treating trans kids or trans people as if they're not humans, like invalidating their humanity. Like, which is it, honey? Like, who are the ones with a heart and without a heart here? You're the one who's only here to for some kind of agenda. I don't know exactly what it is, but she was falling all over herself to compliment Trump. I mean, even on his looks, she called him dashing and handsome. I'm talking about Nicki Minaj, and I'm certain that Erica Kirk probably I know. I was like, are you kidding me? Who are you? Absolutely. Who are you? I mean, I've never been a fan of Nicki Minaj. I mean, whatever, like her music, I don't care. It's not about that. It's just the fact that she's using her popularity to pretend that Christians are going through some kind of genocide, when the fact of the matter is the reason that Nigerian and a majority of these countries are suffering is because, number one, we got rid of USAID right there. This amazing president that you love so much, he's directly killing people. And then we're in bed with the countries like the UAE and etc. that are funding a lot of these criminal groups, and Israel. It all ties back to the same players. And I guess she's just a front for them now. Both of them are just a front. The two women, two strong women who are now just given a step up to the patriarchy, to the misogyny.
I love their conspiracy theories, but I do have to wonder, does she put any kind of sauce or drizzle on that boot before she just starts shoving it in her mouth?
She was glazing them. I was just appalled at how much she was glazing Donald Trump. And the best part, she was also glazing freaking Vance. But she like misspoke for a hot second and she called Vance an assassinator. An assassin. Excuse me. No, I'm like, I freaking kid you not. She called him. And then she caught herself because she realized what she had done and what she had said. And she paused and she was just like, and then Erica was like, I know your heart and I know exactly what you meant. And I'm not upset at whatsoever. And but if that were somebody else, had that been you, Ember, it'd have been a problem. Ooh. You knew what you meant. You intentionally did that, right? But her, no, it's okay. Oh my God. I thought that was just the best.
Well, that's the Christian grace, right?
If you want to take it out of context.
Using slips, we use like political determination. Are you on my team? Are you licking my boots? Then you shall be forgiven. But if not, well, there's a reason everyone I have Christmas nails, so I'm like,
I know
you have to be destroyed, my dear. Happy holidays.
Not me against you, you against them. It was just
right.
Do you pay attention to the haters? No, I have no idea what the haters are doing. And then goes on to a tirade about the haters.
Hold on.
Me against them, me against enemies, me against friends. That's her entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to mention several of my friends are part of the LGBTQ community. Love Nikki.
How?
And this is sad, but this is before this came out. Like they were fanatic fans. So I'm looking like, were they thinking of her the same way? Since she's been saying this?
I mean, she's been transphobic for a long time now.
But a lot of them, I don't know, but they're some of her most biggest friends that I know. My personal circle of friends, they love her.
See, I just can't put money in a pocket of people like that. Like, I'm okay with like liking the art. I can totally get that, but I just wouldn't allow myself to put money into, if I could help it. I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'd have to find another way around it or something.
I just can't do it, Captain.
Yeah.
No, but it's all her collaborations, right? Like she did the concert with Jay-Z and Kanye. She did she worked with Rihanna, she worked with Kim Petras. Like it appeared to be that she had like the sign off of every possible creator in that space.
That's what you do, I guess. You go around ticking those boxes. Well, look, I did a song with Kim Petras. I mean, I'm not a hater. I just believe in God. I love people. I love everybody. I just think that we should follow God's laws. That's all. But I love everyone. I have a big heart.
Not me hating you, it's Sky Daddy.
Yeah.
You need to go to your room and wait for him to get home.
I'm just his harbinger. I'm your messenger. Oof. Yeah, there was just a lot of coddling and like it just felt like, oh, like, click, like, just thumbs up. This is what we're doing next. Like, here's my next idea I'm dropping. This is what I plan to do. There was no real, I didn't feel like there was any kind of agenda that was discussed where like, okay, this is what's happening. This is where we plan on going, what we're going to do about it. It's just a lot of talk. It's just another opportunity to get money and likes and
game away in the first couple of minutes where she like what was it that they said? Erica said something like people don't think before they speak anymore. Hold on, I'll find it.
She did say something like that. Interesting. And then later it happened.
Why has speaking your mind become so controversial? And Nikki replies, because people are no longer using their minds. Like she just outright says it. That's the thing, is like there's no plan, there's no concept. The people there, they're cheering to buzzwords, not complete thoughts. And you can hear it in the presentation.
Yes, it felt like a lot of buzzwords. Like these are the shepherds. I felt like these are the mouthpiece, the shepherds welcoming the sheep, the people who don't know better into this evil flock, basically doing the work of the bad guy. Ugh, I hate when women like help. That just really is, that's the worst. I hate that worse than when the dudes do it. Just a lot of sensationalism.
Yeah.
What we need is more sensationalism.
Yes, I do want sensationalism, please. And another thing too is like the whole Christian genocide in Nigeria.
She's not even a thing.
Number one, is it not a thing? I mean, Muslims are also being killed. This is not just like just a Christian thing. All Christians are being targeted. No, Muslims are dying too, dipshit. But Nikki, the reason she said she was passionate about this, like, of course, God, but because her pastor's from Nigeria, that's it. Is because your pastor's from Nigeria. That's why you care about this issue. My goodness gracious, anybody could pick a string and tie it to it. How about you should care about what's happening to the country whole cloth, like not just that pointed issue where Christians are being targeted. How about who's providing the guns? Who's providing the money? This is the kind of information that you could get your hands on, that you could put into the populace, that you could educate people about so we could get to the real deal, Holyfield. But instead, you just want to pretend like Trump is actually doing something about it because he puts out a freaking tweet. He wants to get his hands on the minerals. I think he's even openly said that about Venezuela, about countries in Africa. He wants the minerals. He wants to exploit people.
Is she a citizen?
I don't know.
I was talking about that too.
I'm just disgusted.
Because are you trying to do all this to make sure you don't be kicked out of America? I don't know.
How funny would it be if she was like naturalized or something?
Yeah.
Was it Nicki Minaj that just did the thing in one of the Middle East countries where she was like fully dressed? I guess what they would call modestly, but she had like this red thing on. Was that her? Or am I thinking of a different artist?
I do not
idea.
know.
No.
I do not know.
Because I think she was basically wearing a hijab while she was performing in this specific country. And I don't remember which one it was, just that it was like a more Islamic country. And then this came out, and I wondered if there was a tie between them. But I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys about that this morning. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. Yeah, I'm not.
There it is. Okay, I was looking for a clip. It's like 5 minutes long, though, but it's a Nigerian reporter debunking the claims of Christian genocide. Like, he's a news reporter. He is a Nigerian. And
that's
he's like,
how you do it.
No.
Fact.
That's not what's happening. The U.S. government, who doesn't even have any fucking sources anymore, they just... Why do they need informational contacts? Why do they need diplomatic relationships when they can just make shit up and people will believe them? You know,
facts aren't real.
What are they for?
Oh, you know what? Something else that I was like taken aback to. Something that Nikki said is she started going down the path of, I'm tired of this rhetoric or this narrative that all kids aren't beautiful and that some kids are being made to feel like they should be embarrassed for blonde hair and blue eyes or like, no, none of us, not any of us would ever want a child to feel bad about themselves, unlike you who treat trans children as though they're a butt of a joke. So that's on you. You are the ones who don't care about children and what happens to them. Like, oh my gosh. Like I understand that this can be spun so easily. Like I see how they're spinning it. But when you think about it logically, none of us want any child to ever feel bad or different or ugly. We want them all to feel beautiful and special and smart and worthy. The problem is that isn't what is happening. Some children are treated better. I mean, look at the school system. They're trying to privatize everything. So certain kids in certain areas will be able to go to better schools while children in the cities might be underfunded. I mean, the hypocrisy kills me. I could just go on and on and on, but that really threw me for a loop where she was trying to make it as though like we want white kids to feel ugly. And that's, I feel like that was just taking the, what's that girl, that commercial with the jeans out of context. Yeah, I feel like that was taking that and blowing that up and turning it into something it wasn't. That's not what that was about. The point is that she is the kind of person, Sweeney, that gets privileged above other people.
Isn't that the group that thought it was Hitler, that thought that they were the better because they looked like blonde hair and blue eyes? And I guess it's showing everybody's beautiful. So they're getting upset about that? Is that what I'm looking at?
Well, what she was saying is that we, with our wokeness, are trying to make people of color feel better about themselves. And that's not right because we are making...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're making them feel bad for pointing out that we treat other children differently.
But isn't that what they tried to do to everybody else for years? If they didn't have blonde and blue eyes? Isn't that what they were trying to do to everybody else for years? If you don't look like this, then you're not important. And now we're saying everybody's beautiful.
Right.
That's exactly the issue. Is our message of everyone can be beautiful is counter to the eugenics that is still central to that culture.
Yeah. I was just like, damn, what a sellout.
Like there's just one model and she's like extremely dark, but so beautiful. And it's so sad how many like black men will say, She's too dark for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's really sad how a lot of black men.
I mean, that's a whole conversation that
is a whole conversation.
I don't feel like I deserve to be like participating in it, but I would love to watch it because that comes across my FYP a lot. And
a lot
I understand where
even
that
celebrities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have women that to look like she's mixed or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
a whole different conversation. I just was shocked to see Nicki Minaj up there just co-signing the patriarchy, just signing right on that dick, just like, yup, balls and all, let me gobble
hanging with
that
the devil
down.
as they
Point
say.
period. Yep.
Gargle, gargle.
Gargle, gargle. Well, on that note, on that gargling note, we probably should wrap it up because Little Miss Ember is up next.
It's true. I'll drop the link to the next show. Once again, we are doing Atheist Advent this month. We're getting very, very close. Solstice was yesterday, so the big holiday celebration is coming up. Everybody's got streams and things, so make sure you're following Ryan's playlist so you can join us whenever time. But today, for Atheist Advent, we are investigating how language shapes thought. Hopefully you're interested in that kind of thing, because I promise it'll be interesting. So yeah, join us for that coming up next. Some of these shows will automatically send you over. Some of them you have to click a link. So there's a link in at least all the places I can post.
And I just put the link to the playlist for the marathon. And if you got to go, Ember, no worries. Do you ladies want to shill anything out before we leave?
Okay, I made a really cool video about a tree that you guys need to check out on my channel, and I'm really proud of it.
It's not a
tree. Learning about lepidodendrons.
Oh, okay.
It's a fake tree. It's a pretend tree, but it's cool.
I love fake. I love phony. That's why I chose my president. Just kidding.
Fake. That's why we on here doing fake news on this show. We like fake so much.
Exactly.
A couple things. Purple stream. The 24-hour stream, we all have shows on there. Me and Kelly will be on at 2 a.m. Central Time. Both the 25th and the 26th. On Sunday, I have a birthday live stream for me coming up, probably sometime in the early afternoon, and I will also be on Bad Science Sunday.
Oh, exciting! Lucky you! Lucky you!
It was a lot of fun.
If y'all aren't subscribed to Maya, that is Bad Maya right there. Bad Science Sunday.
We love Maya.
Sunday, yeah, we love Maya. She sometimes she's able to join us on Java and Jugs, but she has been busy with work recently and not able to.
But she's still our sister.
Absolutely,
our sister though.
Always welcome. We're always holding a space open for her right between my legs. Just kidding. Okay, guys, we probably should. Anybody else?
Yeah, the Christmas Eve, 6 p.m. I will have an interview with Damien Marie at Hope. Ooh. And I hate that because it's the same time as Ben stream. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I planned it way before in advance before I knew about all this stuff. But yeah, that's what I have besides with me and Lil doing our thing. And it's other
I'm seeing if I can grab it really quick. Possibly.
If we have a second, can I show off something really cool?
You do have a second. Go ahead. Okay, I got the link for you. I think that's the right link.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the Homo naledi skull that I'm going to be staining and painting this week on Reasonably Crafty. I'm going to chat with Lil. And we're going to talk about Cave of Bones and why Lee Berger is irresponsible.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. So we're going to do that this week. I'm not sure which day yet, but keep following and Lil and I will work it out.
Love it. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. It was great to see you. We will see you again tomorrow on the Daily Atheist Morning Show with me and Chris. And of course, please stay tuned for Better Than Ever up next. And also later this week, the 48-hour train stream marathon, Christmas marathon. You are not alone. You have friends. So we'll see you then. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.